Well, gosh, hey everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We're really excited to dive into the integration that we've got coming up, SalesChain and Evolved Office, and jumping into some of those benefits and the feature set and how it can allow you to get so much more out of your marketing process with so much less time and so much less manual work, manual copywriting. And I really think that this integration is going to provide a lot of value for our users who are looking to do more with their marketing teams. So to get started, I'm Colton Zenny. I'm SalesChain's marketing manager. We've got Mark Spring in here. That is Evolved Office's main man. Mark, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mark Spring. I am the CEO at Evolved Office and the founder. And I'm here. Carrie is here with me, Carrie Scott, and
Hey there.
she handles all of our client relationships and a lot of our content production. And so I can't really come up with a title because it's just too many words. And maybe Colton, and I'll hand it to Kim.
Hi there. I'm Kim. I'm the VP of Sales for SalesChain. Been here for about 3 years now. Can't believe it. Time has flown, and know a lot of you on the call. Good to see your names pop up. And I think you're going to be excited about this integration we've rolled out. It's really beneficial, and I hope that you like it. Gary?
So we'll go ahead and jump in here. And what we wanted to do is just get everybody up to speed on who both of us are, SalesChain and Evolved Office, and sort of what our core offerings are and what that looks like, so you can understand better how the integration marries our two platforms. Kim, if you want to speak to the SalesChain tool set here.
Yeah, just for those who are not existing customers, and then as a reminder to those who are, SalesChain is really so much more than a CRM and quoting tool. It is a full business workflow automation tool, touching all aspects of your business when it's fully rolled out. And everything from our of course our CRM with the sales activity and forecasting, and deal pricing, but also the full document generation side of the business. And the one we're really, of all the different things you guys do, the one we're really focusing on today is in the upper left corner there, marketing automation. And that is where we are working with best-in-class partners out there, and Evolved Office certainly tops the list. I would say my personal assessment is that Evolved Office and SalesChain are two very similar companies providing different value to very specific niche market. So what we've got is some super powerful tools that are all about office technology dealers. That's what we do. That's what we're good at. And what we bring to you as a result is super high value. So today, of all the different things we do for you, we're focusing on the bridge between us and all the different things Evolved Office does for you in marketing and integration as well. Does that make sense? So, when we're talking about the integrations, of course, Colton, go ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, what we do is we partner with the industry's best out there. And I'm very excited that we continue to grow this list in all sorts of different areas with, VoIP and business development, calling platforms, with, integration into ConnectWise. And we're looking at others in that regard as well. But the one that really makes us shine and stand out on the marketing side of the business is what we've done, and we're showing you today with Evolved.
So that's good background to get everybody up to speed with SalesChain, who we are and what we do, and now we want to learn the same stuff about Evolved Office here.
Exactly, Mark.
Thank you. And thank you, Kim and Colton. And we really appreciate our partnership that we're creating with you guys. So Evolved Office, we are kind of transforming the way office technology dealers and MSPs are using AI technology along with our amazing content, integrations, and automations, right? And digital marketing has gotten hugely complex, but our job is really to simplify and enhance the whole process for you. So we offer a complete suite of digital marketing tools and resources, and that is really just there designed to streamline your marketing strategy. These are all built really around our space, around our industry. With you just get one login, and you're able to probably do away with 3 or 4 or 5 logins you're using to other software. Everything you need is on just one platform. Email marketing campaigns, social media marketing campaigns and analytics, and everything tight right there. And all of it talking back to SalesChain, which is really huge. So you'll be able to pivot off of that data. On our platform, you're going to get access to a complete library. Colton will get down and you'll see some of that of content that's wrapping around everything from the managed print side to the managed IT side. So you'll see stuff on doc management and managed print, and then you'll see tons of content on cybersecurity and ransomware. And all of this content is built around the answering the objections you're going to get in the field. We write that in highly informative educational content, and we're able to tell you who's engaging with that content. And through our integration with SalesChain, it will create dynamic workflows and let you know exactly who in your database is interested in what products. So complete suite of automation tools, email automation. That's probably one of the biggest things that you're going to use when it comes to the integration with SalesChain and Evolved. The biggest way today people are upselling their customers is through highly targeted email marketing campaigns. You can do that with SalesChain and Evolved Office because you can pivot off of all that data that's inside of SalesChain that's also flowing through from your eAutomate. You can pivot off of that and create amazing email campaigns, but not just email campaigns. You can create automated things. So and Colton will get into showing this to you. EO Journeys is an incredibly powerful tool, and it will automate the email marketing outreach to your clients and prospects. And again, all built within this whole environment that we've created with SalesChain. I think it's a good kind of way to do it. It's a marketing environment. You have EO Social. We're going to get into that a little bit. This is primarily here today. We're talking about how we work together with the content that's in your CRM. So we're going to be sticking to a couple of things, but EO Social is, how do I put it? It's the same thing that's on the email side, same content, but in digestible things for social media like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter. So we give you all this ready to go content that you can use our AI tools to rewrite it, but that's on the social media side. So as I mentioned AI a few times, all these tools are wrapped around something called EO Scribe, and you'll see that at the bottom, and it's really tying everything together. So we are really excited about this. This is rolling out, and it's in beta now. 3 or 4 of our customers are using it. We're happy if anybody on the call wants to check out EO Scribe. Reach out to me and I will turn it on for your account if you're an Evolved Office customer. If you're not, and you reach out to Kim or myself, we can definitely get you guys set up on a trial. But the EO Scribe tool is amazingly powerful, allowing you to take the content. If you've seen what the content is in Evolved, but now there's no more, oh, that's the same content as somebody. Our tools are going to write it in your brand voice and in your tone for you on the fly. So our platform, it just centralizes everything that you're going to do between us and between SalesChain. Something to note, if you have MDF funds, co-op funds, money that the OEMs or partners give you, Evolved Office is comparable. Even the ones that don't have fully vetted out MDF funds, and you get certain things back, we're almost always approved. So that's a nice thing. So let's take a look. I'm going to hand it back off to my friends here at SalesChain and let them dive in and show you the amazing things that we can do when we work together. The integration is it's crazy. It's awesome.
Absolutely. As Mark has alluded to, I'm going to take over here in just a minute and give you a walkthrough from a marketing manager's perspective on this tool and how easy it is to get so much value out of your digital marketing. But first, I want to drill down a little bit on what were our intentions. What did we want? What benefits did we want to provide to dealers before we jump into that live demo? And Kim will talk to us a bit about that here and now.
Yeah, I mean, you've got SalesChain, that's that workflow automation with a full, purpose-built CRM and quoting tool for you, all the way through the getting a deal signed. But where does it start? And that's what we're talking about today. And that's with the productivity from getting the leads into SalesChain. And Mark talked to you about how awesome the Evolved Office platform is for exactly that. But what really is cool about the integration is everything we've got listed here. You're talking a few clicks now to do that targeted marketing that seems to be so effective out there today. You hone that list based on your prospect data inside of SalesChain to exactly who you want to hit with a specific, and it can be email, but as you'll see, it can be a lot of other things too, with postings and creative verbiage and what you attach to it and everything else, right? So you just a few clicks and you get into a good list you're going to send straight into Evolved Office. But then the cool thing is we've got it in reverse too. And as you'll see today, it's intelligent to know, okay, when they hit this threshold, boom, it comes right back as a lead with activities and actions for your reps to take advantage of. So it is a full API integration that is just firing on all cylinders. We've really taken what we've learned from some of our other integrations we've done out there in the past with other partners and said what went right and what could we have improved upon. And I feel like we've hit it perfectly with the integration here and made it kind of all the things we maybe learned from, we fixed, and this integration is slick. So
we've buried the lead. We've buried the lead enough, y'all, and I think it's time to go ahead and jump into showing what this integration can do for us.
I agree, Colton. I'm going to interrupt you and say what we didn't set up and we normally do is please feel free to chat or send your questions. And I'm not sure what in Zoom what that process is, and we'll be happy to answer them at the end. There's one right there, a Q&A. I saw one come in.
Q&A is open.
So with this integration,
thanks.
So with this integration, it's all going to start with the data that you have in SalesChain. And what we can do is use SalesChain's drop-down filters to drill down to segmented lists that we want to market to. So for example, if we wanted to target a specific vertical, we could do that. We could say, let's check out everything in engineering and architecture here, right? So we can market to everybody who we have listed as an engineering or an architecture firm. Or let's say we want to drill down to everyone who has an active lease with us that will be expiring, let's say, in the next 90 days. So we could say we've got a lot of accounts here who have leases expiring in the next 90 days, and we want to make sure that we don't let those opportunities drop by the wayside. So we can create this drill down here to get everyone in our system who has an active lease with us expiring soon. We could go to actions and hit create evolved campaign. From here, we can drill down a little bit more to decide who exactly we want to market to within this campaign. So this drills down to everybody all the individual contacts that we have associated with these accounts. We can drill down to the primary sales reps, leasing coordinators, service people, decision makers, IT contacts, influencers, and more, right? And so this lets us drill down to be really specific with who we want to hit. We say all the time, your marketing is only as good as who to call, who to reach out to, right? So it's important to say, hey, maybe everybody in the company doesn't need to get this bit of marketing. Maybe we only want decision makers and the primary sales rep, right? So we can get really specific in who we want to include in a campaign. Another thing that we can do is add lists to an existing campaign or create a brand new one. So let's create a brand new campaign here, and let's call it 90-day lease expiration. So we know this campaign is for everybody who has leases expiring in the next 90 days. And let's say, we really want the primary salespeople and the decision makers included in this campaign right here. So what we can do is go ahead and hit create campaign. And that's going to sync all our contact information with that list directly to Evolved Office. Now, one of the biggest areas of this integration is that we have access to the full Evolved suite right within your SalesChain platform. So say goodbye to having to balance logins and jump between tabs and jump between platforms. Everything is right here. So once we click on the Evolved tab, we see our dashboard here. And this drills down to the categories of marketing. So we can see, in our events and prospecting here, that's where we're occurring the most points. That is our category of marketing that is the most effective. But let's pause for a second. You see that we see total points here. Evolved Office is points based. That means you can set up parameters to determine what creates points and how people earn points. So let's talk about that. We can pop into our administrative tools, go to our EO workflow profile, and we can create workflows that determine, okay, how do we want to judge out who gets what points, and at what point do our points occur enough to create different action items and to create follow-up tasks directly for your reps. So basically that says, if we send this campaign, we say if any contact opens an email, let's say 2 times, or they click on it, let's say 3 or 4 times, say 4 times, right? Then we can say if a contact opens an email twice, let's say or, clicks on an email 4 times, then we can trigger an automated action, right? So we can say, okay, if we have a contact who interacts with our marketing material, they open it twice, they click on it 4 times, then we can create a to-do item and assign it to a sales rep to follow up with them directly. So that'll create an action item that will then be displayed on the sales rep's scheduling screen that, hey, they have a new opportunity, they have a lead that they need to follow up with. And that will be automatically created whenever the contact meets this criteria. We can also include or disinclude certain categories. So let's say we really only want this to be, we want this to be for everything but holidays and remote office. So we can exclude those marketing categories from this workflow. Now, those of you who are SalesChain users know that having account-based leads is very important for making sure that your forecast, your 30, 60, 90 is filled up, and that your sales managers know exactly what accounts we're working. They know how many opportunities and leads that we have. So what we can do in this workflow as well is create the lead workflow. That means we can, this is a bit higher level than our contact workflow here, meaning, okay, so if any contacts within an account, say, reach 20 points, right? That means any number of individuals within an account interact with the marketing material building up to 20 points, then we can assign that whole account as a lead. So that goes beyond the individual contact and moves to the account level. So let's say, all right, we'll assign this lead to a sales manager, and we'll say follow up after 5 business days. And we'll call this a follow-up activity. And then let's go through and assign this to the campaign we just created. And what this does is it sets the bar, it sets the parameters for when we're creating those automated action items, those follow-up items, so your reps can do a better job of not forgetting to reach out to somebody, and we can do a good job of capitalizing on all the opportunities that we have available to us. So we'll go ahead and save that workflow. And I think that this is really powerful, and giving you as a marketing team the power to say, okay, we want to make sure that we don't miss out on any opportunities, and we want to get really specific on when those activity triggers occur to reach out to people. And I thought that was just an awesome functionality here. So here we can move back to Evolved Office. And if we go to our contacts, then lists, we can see that we just created that 90-day lease expiration. So we can see immediately that whole list is pushed over to Evolved Office, where we have this whole suite of tools to market to them however we want. So we'll go ahead and get jumped in with EO Social here. And I'm going to open it up to Mark and Carrie to talk about any of these specific aspects of Evolved as much as they want. But EO Social, you can think of it as a platform that's similar to Hootsuite or TweetDeck. We can use this to schedule posts across different platforms, different social media platforms, and across different accounts. So this is a really powerful way to manage your content calendar and make sure that you're not missing any marketing, make sure that your marketing engine is really whirring on all 8 cylinders all the time across the multiple channels that you might be posting to. So that could be Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want, you can manage all of that here. And like I said, you can manage it throughout different accounts. So we all know the benefits of posting from your company's account, but also supplementing that with posts from individuals within your company. Maybe one of the leaders of your company is a thought leader in the industry, and we know the returns that can get. So we can schedule posts across a number of different accounts there. Is there anything else that you all wanted to speak to here on the EO social?
Yeah, just jump to the content if you would.
Yeah.
So you'll see the content categories, and you're going to see these in the email, and all the categories that flows throughout the whole system, right? So tagging and tracking back to those categories. And so if, let's say you just select cybersecurity, and you'll see that we have ready to go posts that you can go in, just choose those posts and then post them to, like Colton was explaining, post them across multiple profiles with one push. So you can post it to all your LinkedIn profiles, let's say, of all your sales reps and your C-level executives, and it will post, and it'll look like they posted it on their own, not like they shared it, and not like it will look like they created it and posted it. It's an amazing tool. So that's the EO social part. It's a full suite of tools for office technology dealers for social media marketing.
So let's pop down to our newsletters here. What these newsletters are monthly pre-written newsletters on a variety of industry topics that are relevant today, right? And EO will generate these newsletters for you every month, and you can come in and edit them and make sure that they are serving your use case exactly. So I can come in, and send test emails. I can come in and edit the email newsletter. And this is a good opportunity to show off our, let's see, do we have the EO scribe in here, gang?
I think
I would go into that through the eShot.
Yeah, let's do the
eShot. But this basically, if you want to just quickly brush through this is kind of how you create yourself as a thought leader in the community, right? You send out content. All of our content generally ties to the same thing. We are going to answer the objections you get in the field and try to do it as creatively as possible with content. Your newsletters create you as the thought leader, on all these different areas. If you'll click on content, Colton, to the left there, and go to article library. So let's say you're not really in managed IT. So let's say this is a managed IT piece, and you're really much more on the document management side, and you want to lead with that. You just click that, drag over another article, just drag it over, and that's it. Now, the email is ready to go. It's a very intuitive HTML editor. And then from there, you literally can go click the actions button on the right, send broadcast, choose your list, and hit send. And there's that 90-day list that Colton was showing you. So that's the newsletter tool. Content every month, brand new content. So you'll see 4 or 5 new articles in there every month, new social posts, new everything. Always fresh content. So if you want to go and look at the EO scribe thing, you go back to the eShots. And the eShots are, again, the same thing. We've covered every pretty much aspect of an MSP or MPS provider. And then we have written content that answers the objections that you're going to get in the field around these different topic areas. So let's just, for this sake of this one, let's click on, what was it in? Cybersecurity?
document management.
Document
right
management,
where you're at.
document management. Go to document management. So now this is a ton of content about document management. It's vendor neutral. It's written vendor neutral, but there's a vendor library on here where you can customize these pieces, right? So you can open up any of these documents. You'll see at the top is our logo, the Evolved Office logo. That would be your company logo. Any content that you choose from Evolved Office is going to localize for you. That's really one of the beauties of the platform. So when you drag a button in or you pull any object over, behind the scenes, it knows who you are and it's going to localize. You see how in this one it says contact SalesChain, because that's my company name in this particular org. And so it's localizing that for me when I open that document. So Colton, let's go ahead and click in there. And this is what's really cool. We haven't launched this yet. If anybody wants to check it out after the meeting, please ask me or Colton about it. But EO Scribe is our AI writing tool that is designed for this industry. You're able to take any of the content. So we don't say that we're ready to go content anymore. That was our thing before, ready to go content. Today, I'll tell you that we're ready to go concepts. And then you take these concepts and use our AI tools to build highly targeted marketing. So let's just say you want to rewrite this piece of content, but you want to go after the real estate industry. So click in real estate, and my company is in California. So, okay, go. I know you like North Carolina, Colton. Go with that. Go with North Carolina. I know you're. So we'll go North Carolina, and then we're going to select the tone. And I like to make things humorous all the time. So we're going to use humorous, and we're just going to click generate. And now it is going to rewrite all of that content. And now click apply. And it's rewritten it for you. So you can get a lot more granular with, I did a very quick thing here. If you click back on EO Scribe and open that little plus icon there, if you don't know what it is, what a brand tone is, it's how your company speaks, what you sound like. You can have a personal brand tone, like how I speak is different than how Colton speaks. So I can have my own personal brand tone, which is really cool, and it works. I've actually taken a transcript of webinars that I've done, converted them into a text file, put it in here, and Carrie writes, I'm sorry, but she writes a presentation for me, which doesn't sound like me, and I run it through this tool, and it sounds like me. It's a little scary. So you can actually do that. So that what you do is you build a brand voice for your company and then rewrite our content in your brand voice. And when this tool is finished, you won't have to do any of this. When you open up, everything will be in your brand voice. So this is one of the many AI tools that will be deployed in the next couple of months. We are a proud partner of a company called Jasper, and that's all I have to say about that. I'm a little too excited about that thing, so I got to go.
But you know, as a marketing manager, and I'm sure a lot of you, in attendance can relate to the fact that, you spend time creating content, you write copy, you create the content, you send it up the chain for approval, and they say, this is close, but not quite. We want to tweak the tone. We want to change X, Y, and Z. And that can be a real-time investment to do multiple iterations of a piece of content that's going to go out, one time to a customer base. So the amount of time savings, we can completely rework material in a matter of a couple of clicks rather than, typing and redrafting and retyping and redrafting. It's a big time saving measure. And that's sort of the thing that we're talking about when we're talking about get more with less from your marketing teams. We can be so much more effective and fast in our content creation. And when we couple that with the strong attention to detail and understanding of your own company and your own brand voice, right, we get really high quality content that comes fast, that the turnaround is fast. So when I saw this, I know it was like stars in my eyes. I was really excited to see it. Another thing that we can do is use Evolve to create and publish videos, right? So what we've done here is created a recording that records your face and whatever you want on screen. Mark, why don't you walk us through the EO videos a little bit here?
Sure. If anybody's used to using anything like Loom or Vidyard or BombBomb, you record your screen and yourself. So you become the MC of whatever is on your screen, right? We use it for sending out proposals. So I'll put the proposal on one screen and I'll talk and walk the customer through the proposal. And once you're done with that, it converts to a landing page. So if you can click the three dots next to the ellipses right there and go to edit landing page. Let's see if you guys did anything with it. Now scroll to the bottom. Let me see if there's any content below that. Yep. So you've shot this video showing this proposal. You're going to sell them these 2 new pieces of equipment and a new phone system. So let's just say that's what your proposal was about. And on the video, you had the proposal on the other screen. Now go up and click the preview landing page. So when you send an email out to your customer, this is what they'll get. They'll get sent back into a landing page. It's not very pretty right now. I should have spent some more time, but you can make it look really, really nice. And now you've got this video, maybe a piece of supporting documentation about why they need a new phone system. You attach the quote to this. And the beauty of this is now you've got a self-contained quote. Instead of you sending the quote to the CEO who tries to explain that to all these other people, right? And then your whole message is lost. You keep your message tight. This is for anything. If you want to start marketing some kind of product in your company and you build out this landing page about it, you don't tell your sales reps just to go and write whatever email they want to write. You give them a landing page to send people to that presents the product exactly how you want to. And whoever you want to be the face of the company is the one that shoots these videos. That's one of about 1 million ways you can use EO video.
So let's switch gears a little bit now and talk about the journeys. I know, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, that, creating a drip campaign and having that automated and having all the follow-ups and all the nuances of an email drip can be tough to manage and tough to put together, but not with Evolved Office. What we can do, oops, wrong one. What we can do is jump right in and create pretty visually intuitive, oops, y'all.
Click
Sorry
next.
about that.
Just click your next. You just went the wrong direction there.
Oops.
Next and next again. Yep.
So walk us through the journey creation process.
Okay, so this is, journeys and drip campaigns, it's probably like the beginning of where people started automating email. So like this is something maybe a lot of you have seen if you ever use something like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. Like every single email automation platform has this. But the difference with ours is that it's tied into those campaigns that you create inside of SalesChain. So where you see subscriptions, EO, LMS, and EQ, those are the lists that are actually being included in this drip. So there was a lookup done in SalesChain that Colton took you through in the beginning, right? And that lookup created the starting point of this drip campaign. So let's just say that this is an end of lease drip campaign. 12 months out, you want to start, or whatever it was, the lookup was, 90 days out, the first message you're going to get is this. Click on it. They're going to get this message. This came from within Evolved Office. You don't have to create this, right? This is content that we have. But let's just say that you don't like this particular email. You want to change the first message they're going to get. So click reload. Click reload. And go to edited. And let's just say you decided, just pick one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this one instead to be my first email. And you just click save. And now you can close that. And now you've just changed the first email out. Then the next thing that's going to happen, it's going to get an if-then statement. We're going to say, wait a couple of days. If they click on something, send them this email. If they don't click on something, send them another email. So you get the gist of it. It's just constantly building out based on, here's the really cool thing. It's based on the interaction with those things that you've tagged, right? Document management, VoIP. So if you know somebody continues to click on document management, you send them down a different funnel. You pull them out of this campaign, you end them in this campaign, add them to what you see there is a subscribers list, which is starting a different campaign. So I'm the master of confusing these things because my focus problem. So that's journeys though. Automated email drips. Think about automating your onboarding. Customer buys a printer. You want them to know about all the other things. You onboard them with a hi, welcome aboard message. Let me introduce you to my service manager. The message comes from him, but nobody has to do this. You build it out one time and then you never touch it again, hopefully. Back to you, Colton.
Yeah. So I think we talk about in the industry all the time the importance of data-driven decision making and making sure that you have all the data and analytics to gauge the effectiveness of whatever you're doing. And Evolved is going to give you great reports to gauge that effectiveness of what you're doing there. So I can check out this e-shot, I can preview it, and I can say, how did this perform? Who did we send it to? How many people opened it? Where were our clicks? Where were our bounces and unsubscribes? And this helps us vet our content and vet our campaigns and say, okay, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, right? You say, well, this performed really well, and this one didn't perform very well, right? And that can be indicated in the reports. So that helps us drill down on what types of marketing are effective for whatever category that we're targeting. And so the reports are very, very useful there. And what I want to do now is kind of circle this thing all the way back to where we started in SalesChain. So you remember that we took the time to create the workflow that tells us, okay, if a contact opens our marketing email 3 times or they click on it 5 times, then we're going to create a follow-up action for our sales reps. So we could see that right on the sales reps home screen, right on their schedule screen when they log in to SalesChain. They can see, aha, I have an action item right here that came from clicks or opens reached from Evolved Office. I need to reach out to this guy, Sandeep Patel, right? So that is an individual who I need to reach out to, who I need to follow up with. And so when we have when we have campaigns that are going out and people are reaching the criteria that we've set with our workflow, then we'll have those action items automatically created and sent directly to the sales rep. So we are capitalizing on all our opportunities. And we can see as well the leads that have been created based on that workflow and that are then associated not with the contact, but the account. And like I said, that helps our sales managers get a full picture of where are our opportunities, what accounts are interested, who do we need to prospect, who do we need to reach out to. And I think that this is the most powerful aspect of the integrations touch points. Being able to have those automated follow-up tasks sent directly to your sales reps, because what's the bottom line here? We want to capitalize on all the opportunities that are available to us. And this is really what makes it hard to miss an opportunity. If you have a rep who is doing a good job of completing all their tasks, right, then you're not going to have opportunities slipping through the cracks. So we can hop in, we can log a note, say, followed up, is interested. And don't look at my spelling. I say that to Kim all the time. There's nothing that makes me more nervous than people watching me spell. So we can hop in, we can log this note, right? And we could say, okay, I did a follow-up call, follow-up is interested, and we can get that logged right there in this task item. So we can see that it is then complete. And we can see that reflected as well in the account, right? In the account, this ABC Co, who Patel here is associated with. And so these are the aspects I think that really make this integration powerful, and I think will really allow you to get more out of your marketing teams. So let's pop back into it here and recap our key benefits. And I'm going to kick it back to our own Kim Young.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Colton. I mean, you've seen it. It's cool. And in fact, the use of Evolved Office that entire time, believe it or not, the rep who was doing it, if they live in SalesChain, they didn't leave SalesChain. So the cool thing is you can continue to be productive, making your lists, everything else, and use this incredible marketing tool to do your work. And the whole goal would be to generate more leads, more warm leads for your reps to take action on and get the follow-up done. It is fast, it is easy, it is completely integrated and combined. So, obviously, the benefits listed there, integrating the marketing activities straight with the sales team. It's so much easier to communicate when you're living inside one tool to do it, right? And then the reporting that he just showed you, and even more, you can now track what verticals are effective with what kind of campaigns. You can track, you know, what kind of lead sources you're getting to see how much are actually coming from Evolved and how you can hone that. There's so many different things you can do to benefit and make more efficient what you're doing to get that revenue in the door. So that's our goal here. Hopefully we've met it. I think we have. Now, I know we have a good chunk of questions out there. Is it about time to jump to that?
It is exactly time to jump to that. You know, that we've
Awesome.
thrown a lot out at you, so we want to give everybody the opportunity to you know, holler out any questions that you have. Drop those in the Q&A chat.
Terry,
And
you see the Q&A, correct? You want to handle the Q's and the A's? We can answer them.
Yeah, I'll just I'll read those questions out loud and then open it up to the group to respond. So the first one is, in terms of scalability, how well does this integrated solution adapt to businesses of different sizes or industries?
So you're welcome to talk about scalability, you know, for your piece of it.
yeah, I think this can be as big or as concentrated as you need it to be to fit your use case. And I think that that's one thing that we were really cognizant of when we were creating the integration is, you know, in terms of SalesChain's customers, I mean, we service a big variety in terms of size of account, size of customers. So like I said, this thing can be as big or as concentrated as you need it to be to fit your use case, because that's the main goal, creating a tool that fits your use case perfectly.
Yeah. And on the Evolved Office side, I mean, scalability is what we are really all about, right? The ability to be able to do more with less, right, so to speak. And so we are really built around being able to be available to a company that's, you know, 10 employees. And if you grow to 100, it won't change really anything about how you work with our product. So
And the beauty of
really the company of any size.
The beauty of the integration is that we can follow on with that with Evolved Office, and that we scale with you, as because oftentimes when you grow like that, you're growing because you've just bought an IT company, or you just bought a water business or whatever, and you're growing and you have all these different verticals. Well, that's what SalesChain's whole goal is to go from being a copier dealer supporter to being a office technology dealer supporter. And so we scale as you scale. We've been doing it for 22 years, and it flows right into what Evolved's doing as well.
Okay, so let's go to the next question, and that is, how does a business's emailing filtering system affect the point system? I've noticed that there are a lot of companies that have email security that opens and clicks emails automatically, so the open click rates are not always authentic. So we're talking about the point system, setting those workflows, and some concerns about that.
John, thank you very much for that question. So there are bots out there that are trying to, you know, smart our marketing system. We know that, and we do a number of protective measures to make sure that the clicks that you get. So we kind of know how to read what a bot is doing when a bot has engaged with messages, and we have a tracking tool for that. So as much as we can, we filter out. You know, you might have a customer that got 400 points. You're probably not going to see that. We probably filtered that account out. But yeah, we have tools to do that. It's not a perfect science, as you said in your message. It's not a perfect science, and that's, you know, that's why we have, you know, people like you who know about that stuff. Is very important to look at the leads that are coming in before you just say, oh, let's just turn on, you know, points for everybody. So good question.
Yeah.
Let's talk about security, right? I'm sorry. Did you want to add to that?
Nope. You got it.
That was more your question.
Yeah. Can you discuss the security measures to protect customer data when using this integrated marketing solution?
Yeah, I think that's the just one login thing, right? When you log in to your SalesChain instance, that everything is encoded, and our sites are, I mean, we're built around security. We have, you know, we've gone through many security tests, I guess you should say.
Checkpoints, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's if we were ever exposing clients' lists to each other or anything like that, I think we'd be out of business pretty quickly. So that's a huge, huge thing for us, is protection of customers' data and their lists. And that's part of what we do.
And one thing I think maybe even to add to that, Mark, is to say that from the Evolved Office standpoint, we can't see what you see when you log into SalesChain, right? So we just see our interface and we see the ultimate list. So I can't, as someone that might be helping you with your marketing campaign, I can't log into your Evolved Office account and filter those lists for you because I don't have access to your SalesChain data. So I think that's really important to point out as well. So the people at SalesChain that can log into your account, they have access to that data already. You have access to that data, but on the Evolved Office side, there's no way for us to obtain that information.
Okay.
How does this integration empower marketing teams to innovate and experiment with new strategies, especially within the copier industry?
I think I can grab hold of that one. I think the tool set that Evolved Office gives you to market such a variety of content. So whether it's the e-shots, whether it's videos, whether it's the monthly newsletters, we can quickly and easily market a variety of types of content and gauge their effectiveness with those reports. But I think another way that we can drill down on it is using the EO Scribe and saying, okay, well, we know that these newsletters are generating a good response, but how can we drill down on that even further and make sure that the tone is the most resonant with our base and make sure that the length is the most resonant with our base? So I think being able to A/B test, to quickly and easily A/B test the performance of different types of content and be able to vet that success with the reports. And the bottom line is close deals. You know, how is this helping you close your deals? So I think it empowers marketing teams by making it quick and easy to experiment with new types of content, to experiment with more specific tones, and to see how that boosts your bottom line.
I might add too, part of this is through the integration, you're able to really drill down and specifically target very unique customer groupings, right? So best practice in marketing and digital marketing today is to be highly targeted and very specific segmented lists, right? You think about it in your own terms of your own inbox. If you get the same email as 10,000 other people, what's the likelihood that you're going to react to that or engage with that? Versus if you know that that's targeted for you as a consumer, as a partner, a vendor, whatever that may be, you're much more likely to engage with it. And so being able to create lists on the fly very simply, you already understand and are familiar with the sales chain aspect and what those filters can provide to you. You're only limited by the filters that you have available to you, and your imagination there. So I would say being able to partner, this integration really does help provide that to you as a big benefit.
Yeah, echoing that, I think that's where the magic really is I mean, SalesChain features some super robust filtering systems, so you can drill down to exact market segments, exact verticals, or so you can drill down within your own customer base. Like we saw, who do we have that has a lease expiring in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, next year? Who have we not reached out to in the past 30, 60, 90, right? Who have we been marketing to a lot, right? And who do we interact with a lot? Those are all lists that we glean from SalesChain. Go ahead, Mark.
You can pivot off of print volume. So show me how my customers who are not printing color. Put them into a color drip campaign about how to use color, or put them into a campaign to sell them color. You know that also by the models of equipment. Just think of anything that you can do that you can build these drips for, and they're just constantly warming up some leads. And as those are coming in, I know that most of you guys have whether your own salespeople do it or you have telemarketing teams, this is the hot list. These people just engaged with that content about whatever it is, VoIP or cybersecurity. You should have a script ready for your your sales team to immediately reach out to them and engage them about the offering that you have. So it's a great tool. The follow-up isn't really important, and we give you that asset to do that with it.
I think we're getting close to the end here, and we got a bunch of questions that we haven't gotten to. So I want to kind of go rapid fire to make sure we get to everybody.
Yeah,
here.
why don't you do the ones that weren't answered? Do you see them, Colton? Also, you have the Q&A open.
Yeah,
You can run through the rest of them, unless they're specific.
I mean, I'll address one of them. What training or support services are provided to help users maximize the benefit of this integration? And guys, that's one of the beauties, like I said, from the very beginning, that we're both niche oriented providers of these solutions, and our support and training is to make you guys successful with this, whatever it takes. So we have Jessica, who is our customer success manager, who's fully educated on this product, who's ready to train from the sales chain aspect of this. And then Carrie, you all work with her if you're already an involved customer, and she is rock star at this stuff. So we've got the teams here to make you successful, and that's the whole goal and purpose of this thing.
not to
Carrie?
mention that I know Evolved has a great library of tutorials and training materials on their website, and we
As
have
do we.
training materials that are accessible all the time for using the integration from the sales chain side. So filtering.
I think it really
creating
goes without saying.
workflows.
I think people, they know both of our companies from this industry, and we are built around our client success and our customer service. We definitely are not going to, we will hold your hand all the way through the integration and getting content out. We want to make it successful. This is not a site you're going to come in and then sit on a bot chat for 3 hours trying to figure stuff out. Our live chat is manned by a live person who will immediately jump on a screen share with you if you're having a problem.
Love it.
So about the marketing lists, are they static or dynamic?
Yeah.
They are as dynamic as you want to make them. It's how you keep your list up to date, and then how you run your filters on the sales chain side. So they are totally dynamic. You can of course write automations to make them even more dynamic, but let's just use the proper, the workflows that are built in. Everything is drillable. It's as dynamic as the fields are in SalesChain, right?
There you go.
You can filter pretty much off of any field. And if you can't, I'm sure if you reach out to them, they'll either have a workaround or they will, work with you to be able to build those lists. Just think about any products that you're selling, how you would want to create a highly, highly targeted marketing campaign. And not just because I say, I want to send this to lawyers, but because I'm also going to take the content and I'm going to convert it to speak directly to lawyers.
Right.
So, if that makes sense. And
Awesome.
That's it.
I think we got two more here, and they kind of run together. We're asking, just curious, are there any upcoming features or enhancements coming down the pipeline that folks should be excited about? And when we think about how fast, the tech space moves and what those advancements look like, what do we have on the burner to make sure that this integration remains on the cutting edge? So what's coming next, and what's coming to keep this thing cutting edge?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, EO Scribe for us, and I would say that, our AI tools, Kimberly.
Right. The constant work on so many different, our innovations come from our customer requests. And this is, in fact, the partnership here came from a customer saying that we need this, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
So we are continually, every time, in fact, when we rolled this out, there were 3 things that the customer wanted to add immediately, and we did it. We are constantly working to make sure this is an integration that is cutting edge. I do believe that Mark's use of the AI tools out there are definitely proof positive they're doing it. We're also looking at those things, and we'll have some things to announce in the next 6 months, but we're always innovating and always changing the product to meet the needs as you guys change. So I'm excited for that.
So with that, we've covered all the questions, and gosh, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're really, really excited about this integration, and we're excited to get all you folks using it and get your feedback so we can spur that innovation and see what's coming next and see what is coming next based on our customers' experience case with it. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're really excited about this integration. You can scan to learn more. Schedule a discovery call with either us at SalesChain here on the left or with Evolved there on the right. You can get a one-on-one so we can really drill down on any more questions that you might have.
You guys, thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Have a good day.
All right,